Hello, everybody. Welcome to DVU Podcast Pop Shop, your one-stop shop for pop culture discussion. I'm John.
And I'm Harry.
And these are this week's stories. You know, Harry,
Yeah.
I'm a real big movie buff. We've got a couple of movie things going on this week.
I'm a big fan of movies, too.
And just yesterday, or maybe 2 days ago, I can't remember, Jackie Chan, after 50 years and 200 movies, got his first Oscar. And it wasn't even for anything specific. It was an honorary Oscar for just being in so many things.
At that point, does he even really want it?
Oh, yeah.
But what? Well,
he said 23 years ago, when he saw one in, some other guy's house.
Yeah.
He said, I want one of those.
But, what's the point? You didn't get it for any of your work. You got it because you've been around for so long. And, that's great. And, some of his movies are really good. But, an honorary award, that's not an award.
But, I mean, I think he deserves it.
I'm not familiar enough with his 200 movies to say. I mean, Rush Hours were great. But, they're not going to win an Oscar. So, I don't know if there even is Oscars for, the kind of movies he did. Because he was more in, Asian-inspired movies that were more, I'm assuming, combat kind of movies, kung fu stuff.
Yeah, martial arts movies. But,
they get no love.
They don't. They really
don't.
Love, yeah. And I don't think he deserves it because of what he's been in and how he's done. I think he deserves it because he's become such an icon for those movies. You say, oh, you seen any of those mixed martial arts movies, kung fu stuff? People are like, oh yeah, Jackie Chan.
Yeah. But
they don't go right away. Oh, Bruce Lee, oh, Chuck Norris.
Yeah.
They go Jackie Chan.
Yeah. Now I definitely, I don't know. I feel like that the not when you say an action movie and if Jackie Chan's the first thing that comes to your head, that's great, but I don't know if an honorary Oscar is the type of award. A star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, that's the type of award.
I'm sure he has one of those.
I'm sure he already has one of those, but I don't know. I feel like an Oscar, the whole beauty of the Oscar is that you've done something outstanding in the movie. I don't know. It's an honorary.
I mean, but then again, think about it like this. Leonardo DiCaprio has had countless outstanding movies.
This is true.
And only just recently, only just this year, did he get his first Oscar.
Yeah, now whether that's because of, just people not voting for him when it comes down to time to vote, or whether there was stiff competition that year that he had a movie going up against everybody. I mean, I don't know, but he did just win. And Jackie Chan, it's good for him. I mean, if he's happy with it, that's great. Me personally, I don't know if I would be yeah, give me that honorary Oscar.
He certainly looked like a very happy old man.
It's like going to the gift shop in Hollywood and buying World's Best Dad trophy.
That's not your Oscar. You just stole that from Bruce Willis. Actually, no, don't steal an Oscar from Bruce Willis. He'll kill you.
Yes, he will. Jackie Chan. Come on, man. 200 movies.
And 50 years of film.
Since the 1960s.
Yeah.
He's received stars.
He's
received stars on the Hong Kong Avenue of Stars and the Hollywood Walk of Fame, and he's a cultural icon.
See, that's what I'm saying.
So yeah, I mean,
he deserves something other than a star for just being such an icon.
I guess, but the star's a pretty big deal, and that's more for just all around popularity. I don't know. I just feel like the Oscar is it's a very specific kind of thing. It's like an honorary degree.
All right. Fair enough.
They think you're smart, but you didn't graduate from there, so why do you need it? You're
enough.
Smart. I don't know.
Second story, as I'm sure a lot of people have heard, I know you've heard, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson has been voted Sexiest Man of the Year.
He's a stud.
I think it's about time.
I can't imagine he hasn't won it before. For some reason, George Clooney has taken such control of this Sexiest Man Alive thing.
I think it's just the money. Do people just find money sexy? I mean, I know I do.
But I guess it's because he's got the gray hair, sophisticated look, so he's more attractive to everybody, not just young people. But I'm surprised more bodybuilders haven't been put up for it. I'm surprised. I feel like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is the first time you see somebody that's completely ripped getting the award for Sexiest Man Alive.
Yeah. I mean, I understand, your bodybuilders comment, but also, no one knows bodybuilders.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure... we're not going to go there. Anyway...
I don't know. George Clooney and Brad Pitt have always just had a stranglehold on this thing. And they have more, realistic bodies. Let's be honest here. The Rock does not have a realistic body.
Oh no, and he's been that way since he was like 18.
Exactly.
Like he was in high school, and people thought, he was in high school just around the same time 21 Jump Street, the TV show, was coming around.
Okay.
So everyone thought he was a narc.
Yeah. I don't know. It seems like, you know what, in today's society, I can definitely see why he would be named it.
I mean, I'm glad that he did. He's handsome, he's built, he's charismatic, and he's had such a great movie career. I mean, I don't know if you're familiar with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's movies.
The Tooth Fairy. Game Plan was real good. Oh, fantastic.
Journey to the Mysterious Island.
He was in Get Smart not long ago.
Oh God, that's right. He was with Steve Carell. You know, his most recent movie, Central Intelligence, I hear that one was great.
Really?
Yeah, he was in it with Kevin Hart.
He was the fat kid that grew up to be the
yeah. I mean, like, imagine Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, this big, tall guy, muscular and everything, with Kevin Hart, who's all the way down here.
He does not have a great movie career, but I will say this: he has rejuvenated himself. Mainly just because he's been taking on such crappy movies and because he knows he has a good sense of humor about it. Oh, yeah. It's not like he was a great actor that's like in the downward end of his career and he's just taking like Tooth Fairy, like De Niro. Like De Niro at this point is taking like crappy movies just because he needs to take movies.
Yeah.
But like he never had any like great blockbusters, so he knows what his role is. It's just to be like the stupid, really ripped guy, pretty much, or just like the attractive, funny man. So good for him in that respect. I mean, he's got a huge WWE following still from his days from when The Rock was cooking back then.
Man, yeah.
Good for him. You know, he worked hard enough, I guess, for it. I don't know. How do you win? Like, what's the judging process on the world's sexiest man? I don't know how it would go.
I mean, like, I'm thinking, like, they get everyone, just an internet poll.
You think an internet poll?
I think it's an internet poll.
You don't think there's like a board for the
for the sexiest man alive?
From what's the magazine? People magazine. Let me see. Sexiest man alive. They have a sexiest woman alive as well.
Who's that?
Give me 2 seconds. Sexiest woman alive in 2016 is Jennifer Aniston.
Yeah, it is.
Good for her. That's her second one.
Oh,
now,
man.
I just want to throw this back. Sexiest man alive. The first time they did it was 1985. A young Mel Gibson.
Really? I was gonna say Hugh Hefner, but
no, I don't think so. I mean, there's
young Mel Gibson.
There's been some pretty good names on this list. I mean, last year was David Beckham. Chris Hemsworth was the year before. Dwayne.
Oh, that's right, Chris Hemsworth.
Adam Levine, Johnny Depp. George Clooney only won 2.
I mean, yeah, but like,
he
won 2.
Yeah.
So did you figure out how they figured it out?
Hold on. Sexiest man is billed as a benchmark for male attractiveness.
Well, yeah.
It typically includes famous people and celebrities. It's determined using a procedure similar to the procedure used for Time's Person of the Year. So it's basically, it's just like how many times they were referred to as sexiest man alive.
Oh my God.
So like that's how the Times Person of the Year is done. It's Times Person of the Year isn't like who they believe did the best work that year. It's who's had their name in the media and the news the most. Like that's why. What year was it? That's why Hitler was on the Times Person of the Year in like 1936 or something, like that, because he had been mentioned so much.
I mean, then you can make a prediction as to who the Person of the Year this year would be. Donald Trump.
Donald Trump would probably win Person of the Year. Now, so they just do it the same way as that. They just kind of go on all the spheres and say who they have said the name most of. I believe that's weird. I feel like that's not a great way to do this.
Yeah, I mean...
I feel like you should have, like, a voting...
An internet poll.
An internet poll would... And it's so easy now, because Twitter, you can do polls. Like, Facebook, you can do polls. You can do it on all social media. Like, it wouldn't be hard to do.
But now they decided to keep their old ways, whatever. Fine.
Good for them. But, yeah, so that's how that works. That's kind of disappointing. But Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is your sexiest man alive.
Thank someone. Thank you. Thank you, People Magazine.
Thank you, People. And without you, I wouldn't know who the sexiest man alive was. And it's so funny, I thought it was me this whole time.
I know, right? I mean, have you seen you?
Man. The Rock's got nothing on this dad bod right here, but... Yeah, I like to think I have a good personality. What I lack in body and structure and chiseled features, I make up for
I don't know,
personality.
Harry. Your hair is always just so.
My hair is on point,
especially today.
It's a lot of spray.
Speaking of appearance,
yes.
The most expensive watch in the world was recently sold for $11 million.
What brand was it? Rolex.
Patek Philippe.
Patek Philippe. I never even heard of them.
Yeah, neither have I. Apparently, it was sold at the Geneva Watch Convention.
The Geneva Watch Convention.
So I want to know who's going to these things.
Yeah, that's like when you see the commercials for MyPillow and they say they have a National Sleep Foundation. Who determined that? But anyway, back to the watch. The Geneva Watch Convention.
Yeah, it was originally estimated. They were going to have an auction for it.
Yeah.
It was originally estimated to sell for $3 million.
Okay.
So we went from $3 million to $11 million at the Geneva Watch Convention.
That's a bidding war.
Oh, yeah. I want to know. I couldn't find who bought it.
Now, okay, hold on. I brought it's on CNBC. This is the article. It says it was expected to sell for around $3 million, like you said. It's a stainless steel Patek Philippe, reference 1518.
Outmatched the Patek 5016A,
which went for 7.3. There's only 4 known to exist. It's a 1940s era watch.
There we go.
And it's all bids around the world, so they probably had like the phone in bids.
There you go. Okay, that makes sense. Now we know.
With only 4, yeah.
Now we know why it went for $11 million.
See, that's the thing. Even if it wasn't that good of a watch, because there's only 4 of them, it's like it doesn't matter if it's good or bad. There's none of them, so that's why people do that.
I also want to know, who has that kind of money? Who bought this watch? Who has the money to go to an auction at the Geneva Watch Convention?
I don't.
And spend $11 million?
I don't know, but you do see celebrities and famous people and, like, I'm assuming probably politicians, because they're just so freaking wealthy, they just go ahead and buy the stupid, like, things they don't even need, but they just buy it because why not? I got the money for it. Like, Jay Leno has, like, what? He's got like thousands of cars. He runs like a car museum, and he just got cars. He doesn't need all those cars. Like, and I great, you might like him, but my God, get a grip. Save your money.
Get a grip. I mean, but like, I feel like he has saved his money, and that's why he has the money to spend on those cars.
Yes, but a watch, man, $11 million for a watch.
You gotta wear it out around town, you know.
Like, come, like, yeah. Like, you're not
what kind of watch you got? Oh, this is a Patek Philippe. There's only 4 in the world, man. Like,
give me the watch. You hold a gun up to him. Give me the watch. Yeah, basically. I just don't. Would he even ever wear it out? Would you ever wear it out?
Oh, no, that thing's going in a lockbox in my attic.
What's the point?
Okay, maybe a locked display with, like, laser security.
Yeah, I could do that. And that's like the same thing with, like, artwork. People buy artwork and then they put, like, crazy laser security systems in their house for it.
Yeah.
$11 million. I would love $11 million. I would appreciate it.
I mean, I'd certainly be able to do something with pay off my student loans.
I have a really sweet fossil watch. I'm going to go to the Geneva Watch Convention.
Sell for $1 million.
I'm going to sell it for millions. I'm going to tell them that there's only one in the world. And it's because I don't know. Maybe there is only one in the world. How do I know?
You keep that watch for 70 years.
And then it's worth something.
Because you'll never be able to find it
This is true. That's the plan. That's what. See, with like, I get hoarding is an issue, but like those people, maybe they're thinking long term because all this stuff that they're keeping.
I mean, let's use a nice word for hoarding. Collectors.
Collectors. Yeah.
They've got something going on.
Yeah.
But like the weird thing with them is that they're not really willing to give them up because think of what they had to go through to get those things. Like,
and that's when you see a problem.
Pez,
yeah.
Collect Pez, like Pez dispensers rather.
Yeah.
And like this Pez dispenser is worth $2,000. Am I really going to give it up? No, because it's awesome.
Yeah. Well, that's why you see people that do have problems because they have all these things and people are like, hey, we'll pay you all this money for it, and they can't let it go. But if you're willing to let it go, you can make a ton of money. I have things that I've already started to save up so that like in like 70 years, hopefully if I have children, they'll be able to like make a little money off of it.
Right?
Hopefully. Baseball cards and football cards are a thing.
Yeah.
They're going to be good one day.
Yeah, one day.
One day.
One day, my dude.
I hope they are, because otherwise this boy oh boy has it been a waste.
I mean, there's that's okay. Me too. I collect Magic the Gathering cards.
What's that? Is that a game?
It's like a, oh gosh.
Is that like a Yu-Gi-Oh! Pokemon type of thing?
Kinda.
Yeah.
It's for more mature players.
Yes, gotcha.
Really, it's kind of more complex than those games, but
Sure, yeah.
because it's for more mature audiences, whatever you want to call it. And some of those cards can go for about $50 to $100
as of now.
Oh yeah, I mean there's one card, Emrakul the Aeon's Torn, goes for $50, and these things, they have appreciating value.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I actually just pulled a card that is from the current series.
Yeah.
That's worth $20 already.
That's actually very impressive.
Right?
So like even if like
I paid $4 for that.
Yeah, just off of knowing that, like even if you're not interested in the game, sometimes it can be beneficial just to buy the cards, just because like, you never know.
Right?
Like you never know. It's crazy.
I mean, back to the limited prints thing.
Yeah.
There's one card. I think it's called the Black Lotus. There's only 5 of them in the world, and it's worth upwards to like $200 to $1,000.
Oh yeah, I'm sure that makes sense. 5 in the world.
Yeah.
That's.
It's big news. I think like 5 years ago, it went up for auction on eBay. I think it sold for like $2,000.
Really?
Yeah.
That's like I saw. It was an episode of a TV show, and this woman found like early 1910s era baseball cards. Like they had like all the old people on them.
That's
but the
amazing.
problem was it was great, but she had boxes and boxes of them. So all the people that already had that card and they'd spent millions of dollars on it, the value immediately dropped because they found so many extra. So like it was great that she had all these things and like they'll probably go in a museum, but it completely ruins the value of the card. It's all about how many there are in the world. For basically anything at this point.
Yeah. All right, back to the movie thing.
Back to the movies.
So, a year or two ago, the movie 50 Shades of Grey came out.
Oh, jeez.
And, of course, I don't know if you know much about the series, but there's 3 books in the series. The next book is 50 Shades Darker.
Yes.
And the movie trailer for that just recently came out. And it beat The Force Awakens. The trailer.
Yeah.
Beat The Force Awakens trailer for the most views in under 24 hours. What does that tell you?
We're obsessed with sex.
Well, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, just like, but why? Why do we love smut so much? There were so many controversies from the first movie.
Yeah.
Like, the whole oh, he's sexually assaulting her because he's doing something that she didn't give consent for.
Yeah.
Why are we still rallying for this series?
I don't know why.
Why do we love smut so much?
I don't know why we do, but to go out and like these people, like I feel like they think it's not going to do well. I feel like people, when they thought about the movie, there was a lot of media and things like that saying that the movie probably wouldn't do well. They sold so many books, it's basically guaranteed to do well. When you sell so many books like that, like the Harry Potter series,
Twilight.
like Twilight series, you already know you're going to make a profit.
The Hunger Games.
Yeah, you know you're going to make a profit off of these movies. Yeah. I don't know why we're obsessed with it. All I could think of is, I mean, I've learned it in every media class I've taken since I'm a media and communications major. Sex sells, whether it's in advertising, TV shows, even like cable TV shows that like you don't like, not like HBO where they can basically show everything, like regular like TV shows, sitcoms, and everything like that. They try their hardest to push the limits as much as possible just to compete with HBO and like Stars and Cinemax and all that stuff, just to be able to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know what the obsession is. I guess it's just the way this culture is. We're obsessed with sex. We are. I mean, there's no going around it. It's true. If you look at any advertisement, it's most of them are laced with beautiful women walking around in bikinis.
You're absolutely right. Now I'm not laughing because of what you're saying. I'm laughing because I looked down at my notes, and the last thing in my notes says controversy from the first movie: rape, cucumbers. So do you think that we'll face the cucumber epidemic that we faced with the first movie?
I don't know if we're gonna face that. There's gonna be a major influx in cucumber sales.
Yeah.
But like, if you think about it, like this kind of movie, like in general, these kinds of movies are all about people living out fantasies that they never could.
Catharsis.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know what catharsis is, it's basically experiencing emotions and situations in a way that you don't have to put yourself into that situation. That's why we watch horror movies, to feel the fear without actually being in danger.
Exactly. So the whole beauty of these movies, and I mean in any movie or any book for that matter, is the beauty of it is the fact that you can live something without actually living it. And that's why this kind of movie probably fares so well. I would assume, I don't know what the statistics are on it, but if I remember correctly, it had a massive female audience that loved it.
Of course.
So I don't know if the question is really why, there's people arguing that this movie kind of like encourages rape, but I don't know, with so many women wanting to go out and see it, there's an argument against that as well. That's the whole thing. I'm not arguing for either side. I'm just saying that there are two arguments there, just because of how much it was supported by women and stuff like that.
I mean, most of the controversy just goes like, he does some things without her consent, even though she's like explicitly said that she didn't want to do that.
Yeah,
she didn't change her mind.
Yeah,
and then like, just the fact that it was a very bad representation of a BDSM relationship.
Yeah. Well, that's the other thing. There are people that are in that type of relationship that, it may not be as glorious as the movie depicts it, or maybe it's
more glorious,
or maybe it's better than the movie depicts. Like, I don't know how that goes, but they're never going to hit the nail right on the head. It's never going to be 100% like realistic. So
now you compared the series to Harry Potter, and I said Hunger Games, and you agreed with me. Do you think?
Yes.
The third movie? Yes, you think?
I just say yes as a natural reaction.
Do you think the third movie is going to be split up into two parts? Like the
Hunger Games?
Yeah, Hunger Games third movie split up into two parts. Final movie of Harry Potter split up into two parts. Do you think, because it's sold like those movies have, like those series have, do you think the third movie will be in two parts?
If they were smart, they would.
If they were smart, but like,
they are smart.
They are. But do you think it would decrease the quality of the movie? Because they'd have to stretch it out.
I think.
Pardon the pun.
I think the only way that it would decrease. What was the word?
Decrease the quality.
The quality. The only way it would decrease the quality of the movie is if enough movies start doing it that it pisses people off. There's a fine line. So if every single movie series ends up splitting the last movie into two, people aren't stupid. They're going to figure it out, and they're going to start to get really pissed off. So they're going to stop going.
I feel like people have already started to catch on, especially with The Hobbit.
So if you just kind of like, every now and again there's a movie series that does this, and it's not like every single time, people are going to be more inclined to go. Now, as for the actual quality of the movie, they may prolong things, and it may start to kind of seem like it's long in the tooth, but the true fan of it is going to stick through it anyway, because they enjoy the book, and they want to see how the movie represents it, and they want to see what they pictured in their head for so long. So it's one of those things. Gotcha. I don't know. If they were smart, they would split up into two right now, because I don't know if they've taken it to the limit enough.
Those hard limits?
Those hard limits of splitting up movies as much as possible. I don't think they've done it enough to the point where they can't do it anymore. Now, is the 50 Shades of Grey series is the last movie going to be split up into two?
That's
it. Yeah.
Who knows? Only time will tell.
Only time will. But if they were smart, I would go for it.
One last thing, keeping with the movie theme.
Yes.
The other day, I found out that Jack Black. Have you
Nacho Libre?
Yes, Nacho Libre himself is contracted for 6 Kung Fu Panda movies. They've had 3, but he's contracted for 6 movies overall. Do you think they can do it?
Talk about pushing the limits. I mean, how much kung fu can that panda do? It's like Jackie Chan at this point. And matter of fact, if Jackie Chan can do it, then yes, Kung Fu Panda can do it for 6 movies. If he did 200 of them.
Fair enough.
But 6 movies, man. Jack Black is not. Do you like the Kung Fu Panda movies?
Oh, I love the Kung Fu Panda movies.
I've never even seen one.
Oh, you should. I watched the third one just this past summer. It came out last winter. And I honestly think that it is the perfect end to a trilogy, and they should stop it here. Please, let it die.
Yeah,
But I feel like it's going to be one of those things, like, we're going to keep kicking this horse till it stops spitting out money.
That's also true. People vote with their dollars, and they're voting for more Kung Fu Panda movies. I personally have never seen one, and I don't think I don't know if I would. Like, I don't think I'd sit down, like, a Friday night and be like, hey, I can't wait to watch Kung Fu Panda. But that's just me.
I think you should.
I should give it a try.
You should cuddle up with your girlfriend, grab some popcorn, maybe some hot cocoa.
Yeah, some Kung Fu Panda.
And pop in that DVD.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
The DreamWorks sign comes up. It's the Kung Fu Panda. He jumps up and he does the fishing thing. It's real cool.
Maybe I'll watch one of them just to give it a try.
Right.
I'll give him his credit that he deserves. You know, he had School of Rock, and that was a great movie.
Oh yeah.
That movie.
All right, well, that's all I got for you.
That's all you got for me?
Yeah.
We'll have to continue this. I enjoy this.
Thank you.
Just a little heads up for everybody. I don't know these questions before he asks. He just brings these in random.
I spring them on him.
Yeah, he does. So that's good.
But thank you for doing this,
yeah, no problem.
And we hope that you guys listen in next week.
Yeah, definitely. All right, well, for DVU Podcast, it's the Pop Shop Show. Make sure if you have any questions or concerns, you email dvupodcast@gmail.com. Be sure to follow us and like us on Facebook and Twitter. We are the Podcast Club at Del Val on Facebook, and we are at DVU Podcast on Twitter. For any questions or concerns, thank you all for listening. This was John and Harry. See you later.
Later.